Louisiana Beer Reviews Red Oak Bavarian Amber Lager. This was sent to me by Douglas, and he is in Virginia, but he bought this when he was in North Carolina. It is 5% alcohol, it is unfiltered, unpasteurized, and it is brewed according to the Reinheitsgebot, the 1516 law of purity. Now it says this Bavarian amber lager, but it's actually Bavarian style amber lager, okay? It's an adhesive label on a clear cylindrical, on a plain cylindrical can, aluminum can, obviously. Okay, Red Oak Brewery, Whitsett, North Carolina, and they have it on draft and in bottles, and it says keep refrigerated because it's unpasteurized, so the expiration date's going to be soon. But it is saying best by November 21st, and this is being recorded in July, so I guess it's got a better shelf life than I had believed. There's an acorn, and this brewery started brewing beer in 1991. The people had a restaurant from 79 to 91. That closed down, and they immediately decided to close it down and focus on like a brew pub, brew pubs were becoming popular. So, and that's how old this product is. So, forgot the glass. Sorry about that. Anytime I think I have it straight, I find out I don't. Good glass for a red lager, I think. Most popular red lager in the United States, George Killian's Irish Red, which has faded in popularity. It's not even sold in my town anymore, but it's still big in the United States relative to all the other red lagers, which aren't really that popular of a style. I don't know if they're popular in Germany either, but get some red ales too, which see a lot of people drinking red ales. I don't. But yeah, they're interesting. They're interesting style. This beer is cold aged for over 7 weeks. So they say their beers are better than the regular lagers. They only make lagers at this company because they don't use corn or rice adjuncts, no flavorings, no preservatives, no additives, and that's their game plan to follow, not copy, but model their brewery after German lagers. Heritage Munich is the malt. That's it. The hops are only one type, noble spalt. Beer Advocate hates this beer. Oh, I'm sorry. Beer Advocate gives it a very good score. Very good score, like 85, which to me is good, but they say very good. It's Rate Beer that hates it. Rate Beer says it's a 16 out of 100, which to me would be undrinkable. That means it's 84% bad. Would you want to drink anything that was 84% bad? And a 21 out of 100 in the style. They're saying it stinks in the style. And Untapped's giving it a 75, which is high for Untapped. So Beer Advocate and Untapped are saying this is a really nice product, and Rate Beer is saying it's horrendous. But a lot of what Rate Beer says is perplexing. Okay. You get an extremely thick beige head, and it's gonna dissipate pretty fast. It's clear copper, okay? So I guess copper is more of a brown spectrum, but it's like a red-brown type thing, rust red. I don't know. It's hard to say about colors. But it's that type of thing. And Killian's Irish Red is similar to this in color. Okay, but that one uses adjuncts. Corn syrup, brewer's syrup. This one does not. I don't know the cost of this. Doug didn't tell me, and I'm not going to ask. I appreciate him buying this for me. Thank you, Doug. I always tell people, don't go to the trouble and expense of sending me beers, but some people just want to do it. And some people say they're going to do it, and then it doesn't come in. And I say, remember the beer you talked to me about? All right, that you approached me about, that I didn't ask for? I think red ales and lagers throw people off and turn people off because of that heavy tannic tea-like thing and the rich malts and somewhat chewy mouthfeel, which some people find repugnant. It's never going to be a widely loved style, I don't think. You'll find the Killian's is crisper and cleaner. And I don't know if that's because of the corn syrup or just the mass production from Molson Coors, who they can do that. This is going to definitely be more of a craft style product. But the company is not going to compromise. They say they're not selling their beers outside of North Carolina, and they're not going to change. Their new brewery was opened in 2014. The restaurant site, they said, was too small. It just couldn't handle the capacity. And they're right south of Interstate 40. It's like, I saw a video where the guy was inside the brewery and you could see the interstate highway behind the window, outside the window where the brew kettles were, where the cars passing back and forth in trucks. There's a brewing company in Wisconsin that also only sells in Wisconsin. It makes Spotted Cow and other beers. They just say they're not changing. All right. So the smell is rich, tannic, like I said, very malty, very malty. Bitterness units, they don't even list them on the website. They can't be high. I don't think they're high. I know they're not. But the malt units is really going to be high. Kind of like that Murphy's Red Ale. When I first tried it, I said, whoa, what is this thing? And I kind of warmed up to it. Another one I don't see, the Irish style red ale from Murphy's, meaning now Heineken. It probably just wasn't selling because people were like, oh, what is this, Yeah, it has a little chewy mouthfeel. Sweetness level is probably 3 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness units, I'll say 1 out of 5 hop cones. So it's a different type of thing. Now, if you're used to IPAs and whatever type, because some of these IPAs they call them, or you wonder, is it really an India Pale Ale or more like a Pale Ale? Or more like a something else? A black, brown, dark brown ale, black ale, something. Hoppy black ale, hoppy red ale. Finish is semi-sweet. I like it. It's good. I wouldn't drink it all the time, but a couple of times a month I would enjoy it. Same thing with the Murphy's Irish Red Ale, Irish style red ale. I think sometimes it's made in the Netherlands today. Formerly Lady Wells Ale. So Murphy's, George Killian's, and this. Which do I like the most? I would have to do a blind taste test on my own thinking level. You know what I mean? Without an association with, without a tasting with the other two. In isolation, and from recollection, I would go probably Killian's the best. No, wait a minute. Maybe Murphy's Irish Red Ale is the best. See what I mean? I can't decide. All right, it's been too long since I've had either. But I have fond memories. I'm gonna go with higher side of B. Like they're saying 85, but they call it very good. I'm saying 88 would be very good, not just 85. So I'm gonna say 88 out of 100, 8.8 out of 10. A very good beer. It's a 1991 style. In the early days of craft beer. When what was big then? Pale ales with not a super heavy hop action going on. Brown lagers, amber lagers, actually. Brown ales, red ales, porters, a few stouts. Okay. How does this pair with this French Settlement Louisiana smoked sausage? That's the name of the company, French Settlement smoked sausage. This is the hot sausage. And I put some sriracha sauce on it. I don't know, and some buttery crackers. It really helps the beer. I think the oiliness in this pork sausage, and that's a German type thing too, right? I think a lot of the French sausage making is from the Alsace-Lorraine, which is a border area next to Germany, which sometimes is owned by Germany, depending on who won the last war. You say that's an ugly thing to say. No, it's true. Until 1648, it was a German province, a state, Alsace, Lotharingen, I think they say in German. Then France seized it, and in 1870, Germany took it back. And then in 1918, France took it back. And then in 1940, Germany took it back. And then in 1945, France took it back. So that's what I'm saying. It's like a Franco-Germanic area. Strasbourg being the big city there. Okay, so I recommend this beer, but you got to be in North Carolina to get it. Thanks again, Doug. Ladies et bon temps relais. I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to North Carolina and tour. And they make some really strong dark black lagers and Doppelbocks. 7 and 8%. I'd love to try those. And tour the Red Oak Brewery.